Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. I am your host, Jenny. Today, we're kicking things off with the Hong Kong stock market, which opened the week on a positive note. The Hang Seng Index nudged up by 0.2%, buoyed by investor excitement over earnings reports from over 20 blue-chip companies and anticipation for Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell's upcoming speech at Jackson Hole. Tech stocks like the Hang Seng Tech Index surged by 1.3%, and mainland Chinese markets also gained ground. It's a busy earnings season with many companies reporting solid profits, and investors are keeping a close eye on potential stimulus measures from Beijing as well as U.S. interest rate hints from Powell. Other Asia-Pacific markets showed mixed results, but Hong Kong's market remains lively and watchful. Next, we have a major legal milestone. The final arguments are being heard in Jimmy Lai's national security trial. Lai, the founder of Apple Daily, faces serious charges under Beijing's security law, with the potential for life imprisonment. His trial, which has lasted over 150 days, is seen as a significant test of press freedom and judicial independence in Hong Kong. Lai denies accusations of soliciting foreign intervention, but his detention has sparked international concern about civil liberties in the city. The verdict date is still unknown, but this case continues to draw global attention and debate. And finally, let's talk fashion and innovation. Gucci's latest campaign, the Gucci Portrait Series, celebrates individual identity through vibrant photos and candid videos of diverse personalities. Meanwhile, Chanel's Autumn-Winter 2025 collection, showcased in Paris, combines classic elegance with modern flair, think pearls, tweed, and bold accessories, all captured in stunning black and white and color images. These fashion giants are not just about style, they're about expressing who we truly are. Please continue to watch for more detailed insights on these stories and more. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong stocks opened the week with cautious optimism, as investors eagerly await crucial quarterly earnings reports from over 20 blue-chip companies and the anticipated speech by Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell at Jackson Hole. The Hang Seng Index edged up slightly by 0.2%, buoyed by a 1.3% rise in the tech sector, while mainland China's CSI 300 and Shanghai Composite Indices also gained. Notable surges included JD.com and NetEase, both jumping over 4%, amid ongoing earnings season and concerns over China's slowing growth, which has prompted calls for more stimulus measures from Beijing. Traders are now pricing in an over 80% chance of a quarter-point rate cut by the Fed next month, with markets in Japan and Australia showing modest gains, though South Korea's market declined sharply, reflecting mixed regional sentiments. Associated Press details the unfolding drama of Jimmy Lai's final court arguments in Hong Kong's high-profile national security trial, a case that has become a symbol of the city's shrinking press freedom and judicial independence. Lai, the founder of the pro-democracy Apple Daily, faces up to life imprisonment on charges linked to colluding with foreign powers and issuing seditious publications. His trial, which has stretched over nearly 150 days, underscores the broader crackdown on dissent following Beijing's imposition of the national security law. Lai vehemently denies accusations of soliciting foreign intervention, asserting that he only discussed sanctions with U.S. officials, and his health concerns have caused delays in delivering a verdict. The case has drawn international concern, with former U.S. President Donald Trump expressing intentions to intervene, highlighting the political tension surrounding Lai's detention and the erosion of Hong Kong's promised civil liberties. South China Morning Post also explores Gucci's latest campaign, the Gucci Portrait Series, which boldly shifts focus from mere luxury to profound questions of identity and self-expression. Collaborating with renowned photographer Catherine Opie, Gucci presents 42 diverse individuals whose poses and mannerisms subtly reveal their unique personalities and cultural backgrounds. The campaign, set against the backdrop of Gucci's signature sprezzatura aesthetic, emphasizes the intimate relationship between clothing and identity, how a garment's drape, fold, or accessory can act as a silent language of self. Complemented by candid videos directed by Lisa Rovner, the series offers unfiltered glimpses into the inner lives of its subjects, celebrating authenticity and individuality in a world often obsessed with superficial beauty. This innovative approach invites viewers to see fashion as a canvas for personal stories, transcending traditional advertising to become a collective exploration of human diversity. The South China Morning Post vividly captures Chanel's Autumn-Winter 2025 ready-to-wear campaign, set against the historic and bustling streets of Paris. The campaign's cinematic quality is brought to life through Michael Janssen's stunning photographs, where model Mona Tugard effortlessly embodies the multifaceted femininity that is quintessentially Chanel. Against iconic Parisian backdrops, from lively cafes and cobblestone streets to the majestic Eiffel Tower, the collection's signature motifs shine anew. Classic pearls, shimmering tweed, and elegant bows are reimagined with modern twists, supersized pearl necklaces transformed into wearable art, velvet-bound ankle boots with playful pearl heels, and versatile bags that blend everyday practicality with glamour. Tugard's poses, both knowing and powerful, echo the collection's celebration of timeless elegance infused with contemporary edge, capturing Chanel's enduring legacy in a fresh, vibrant light. The South China Morning Post also delves into Hong Kong's political landscape, highlighting the recent criticisms of government transparency and legislative efficiency through the lens of C.Y. Leung's constructive critique. As the city prepares for the upcoming LegCo elections, the opaque scheduling of the chief executive's policy address, tentatively set for September without official confirmation, raises questions about governance transparency. Leung Chunning's outspoken concerns about the government's talent schemes and their potential societal impacts underscore a broader issue: the lack of meaningful debate and scrutiny within LegCo. Meanwhile, lawmakers like Maggie Chan Man Ki voice their opposition to the blind trawling of talent, emphasizing the need for fairer, more transparent processes. The article underscores that Hong Kong's political system risks sacrificing public participation and critical discourse in favor of efficiency, with the public left in the dark about the true workings behind closed doors. Finally, the South China Morning Post highlights the challenges faced by Hong Kong's college basketball teams, spotlighting HKU's men's team efforts to elevate their game on the regional stage. Coach James Chan Yik-Luan emphasizes the systemic issues plaguing local basketball, chiefly the extremely short season that results in limited competitive play, only 8 matches last season, leaving players underprepared for international tournaments. HKU's recent losses at the World University Basketball Series in Tokyo starkly illustrate this gap, with heavy defeats against Japan and Taiwan. Chan advocates for a gradual overhaul of Hong Kong's basketball infrastructure, stressing the importance of participating in regional competitions like the Asian University Basketball League, AUBL, to gain vital experience, physicality, and exposure to higher standards. The tournament, featuring prestigious universities from across Asia, offers a crucial platform for local players to develop and challenge themselves, marking a step toward strengthening Hong Kong's basketball future amid systemic shortcomings. South China Morning Post highlights the promising prospects of cross-border clinical trials between Hong Kong and mainland China, emphasizing the potential benefits for patients on both sides. Professor Bernard Chung Manyong, CEO of the Greater Bay Area International Clinical Trial Institute, envisions a future where patients from Hong Kong can participate in trials in Shenzhen or other Guangdong cities, and vice versa, fostering a more integrated and innovative healthcare landscape. The institute aims to streamline resources and facilitate collaborations, but faces challenges such as the transfer of comprehensive medical records across borders, which are hindered by privacy and security concerns. Despite these hurdles, ongoing discussions between governments signal a commitment to easing data exchange, with pilot projects like the HIV vaccine trial exemplifying progress. Experts like Professor Stephen Chan Lam underscore Hong Kong's advantages in liver disease research and the importance of establishing mechanisms for medical record sharing to enhance clinical trial efficiency and attract international pharmaceutical investments. The South China Morning Post also reports on the urgent need for talent development within Hong Kong's banking sector, especially in AI, green finance, and regional markets like the Middle East and ASEAN. A recent study led by the HKMA reveals that while most banks are optimistic about future growth, they face a looming talent shortage that could hinder technological and market expansion. Banks are increasingly seeking professionals who can leverage AI to improve customer interaction and product innovation, emphasizing the importance of upskilling staff through targeted training programs rather than relying solely on higher salaries. The report highlights the rising trade with Gulf countries and ASEAN nations, with Hong Kong's exports to the Gulf surging by 50% over 4 years, underscoring the strategic need for personnel fluent in regional languages and regulations. Additionally, green finance is recognized as a key growth driver, with nearly 90% of banks expecting sustainable finance to play a crucial role in the sector's future, prompting the HKMA to collaborate with industry bodies on specialized training initiatives. The South China Morning Post details a sudden weather change that led to the cancellation of Hong Kong's amber rainstorm warning, illustrating the city's unpredictable climate and the challenges it poses for public safety and daily routines. On a Monday morning, the Hong Kong Observatory issued a red rainstorm warning due to intense thunderstorms, prompting the Education Bureau to suspend classes across the city. Remarkably, less than 2 hours later, the warning was downgraded to amber, allowing afternoon classes to resume. The rapid change underscores the dynamic nature of Hong Kong's weather, with heavy rainfall exceeding 100 millimeters in some districts, raising concerns about flooding in low-lying areas. Authorities advise residents to remain vigilant and take precautions against potential flooding, as the weather pattern is expected to bring more showers and thunderstorms later in the week, highlighting the city's ongoing battle with climate variability. South China Morning Post highlights the remarkable growth of China's pharmaceutical giants, Jiangsu Hengrui Pharmaceuticals and Hansoh Pharmaceutical Group, which are poised to report impressive first-half profits driven by the successful launch of innovative drugs and lucrative licensing deals. Hengrui, the nation's largest drug manufacturer by market value, is expected to see a 40% increase in net profit, with revenue climbing 9%, thanks to a strategic shift away from generics, once comprising 62% of its revenue, toward cutting-edge treatments for diabetes, cancer, and autoimmune diseases. The company's pipeline of approvals and new launches, including collaborations like the recent deal with GlaxoSmithKline, underscores its commitment to expanding its global footprint, with licensing revenues potentially reaching up to $13.4 billion. Similarly, Hansoh's profits are projected to surge by over 51%, with innovative drug sales now accounting for the majority of its revenue, reflecting a broader industry trend fueled by supportive policies and an emphasis on R&D. The South China Morning Post also celebrates the life and legacy of Ming Fei, a visionary Chinese-American sculptor whose fantastical, organic-inspired works have captivated audiences across the United States. Fei's art, characterized by whimsical papier-mâché sculptures of fruits, seeds, and mythical garden elements, blurs the line between reality and imagination, inviting viewers into surreal gardens that symbolize human desires and utopias. His childhood in Hong Kong, surrounded by the city's vibrant and chaotic landscape, especially the iconic Tiger Balm Gardens, deeply influenced his artistic vision, which combined East and West cultural motifs. Fei's large-scale public installations, like the mosaic at Manhattan's Delancey Essex Street subway station, showcase his mastery of scale and material, often using lightweight paper to create seemingly heavy sculptures that challenge perceptions of natural beauty and cultural identity, cementing his status as a pioneering, avant-garde artist. Nikkei Asia reports that the recent extension of the US-China trade truce has invigorated Chinese high-tech sectors, especially companies involved in precision parts, optical transceivers, and circuit boards, as investor confidence surges with eased export controls. The Hang Seng Index, heavily weighted with Shenzhen-listed tech firms, has soared nearly 26% since the truce was first announced in May, outpacing broader market gains. This optimism is driven by the hope that negotiations will continue, and by the strategic importance of high-end components for AI and data centers. Companies like Victory Giant Technology and Zhongji Inolite are experiencing explosive growth, with their shares soaring over 450% and nearly doubling, respectively. However, despite the positive sentiment, some sectors, such as manufacturing and traditional footwear, face headwinds from rising tariffs, slowing demand, and increased competition at home, prompting policymakers to consider supply-side reforms and potential stimulus measures to stabilize the economy amid ongoing geopolitical tensions. The Sydney Morning Herald highlights Yochi's remarkable journey from a beloved Australian frozen yogurt brand to a burgeoning international player. With nearly 24 new stores opened within a year, the chain now boasts 56 locations, drawing crowds with its lively atmosphere of thumping music and neon lights. The company's leadership, led by Oliver Alice, emphasizes that despite its growth and international expansion, marked by the recent launch in Singapore, the brand remains rooted in its core values of positivity, trendsetting, and community connection. The Singapore store mirrors the Australian experience but introduces local toppings like mango sago and gula melaka, with plans for new flavors and carefully curated collaborations that reinforce Yochi's image as a stylish, environmentally responsible brand that avoids looking tacky. The family-owned business, with strong ties to its founder Janine Alice, is cautious about scaling too fast, prioritizing meaningful partnerships and maintaining its business with soul, while eyeing a global footprint of 400 stores and expansion into markets like the US and UK. Nikkei Asia reports on Japan's booming Labubu plush dolls market, driven by popularity from influencers and K-pop stars, which has led to a surge in transactions on flea market apps like Sunkerdonk. The high demand has caused a shortage of authentic products, prompting counterfeiters to flood the market with fake Labubus. To combat this, marketplaces are employing advanced authentication techniques. Sunkerdonk uses X-ray scans, ultraviolet light, and printed logo examinations to verify genuine dolls, issuing authentication badges to trusted items. Meanwhile, third-party services like IVA have introduced quick and full verification options, reflecting the seriousness of the counterfeit problem. With real and fake Labubus lined up side by side, consumers are warned to stay vigilant, as the market's overheated nature has led to a high proportion of counterfeit goods, with many buyers unknowingly purchasing fakes. The story underscores the challenges of protecting authenticity in a rapidly growing collectibles scene, where technological solutions are becoming essential tools in safeguarding consumer trust. South China Morning Post details Hong Kong's innovative effort to integrate AI into youth education through the AI 5000 initiative, which involves top executives and CEOs training to pass on AI skills to over 5,000 secondary students. The program, a collaboration between Project Mello and Preface, aims to address the urgent need for AI literacy amid government pushes for tech education. During a recent intensive session, participating CEOs learned about AI's past, present, and future, including crafting prompts and reverse engineering AI responses to develop practical skills. The initiative emphasizes leading by example, with industry leaders like Christine IP and Yvette Kong highlighting the importance of ethical AI use and equal opportunities for students of all backgrounds. By involving influential business figures directly in teaching, the program seeks to inspire a new generation of innovators and ensure that AI's disruptive potential becomes an opportunity rather than a threat, fostering leadership and ethical responsibility in Hong Kong's future tech landscape. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.